Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ken Smith, and in today's video, you are going to see my friend Jason's Packard. Now, it is a fantastic and a beautiful car. I just was absolutely amazed when I saw it. And so, let's go ask the man who owns one.
Jason, this car is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I've been following you on Facebook, watching you go through the restoration process. It's here. Tell me about your car.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, this is a 1925 Packard 243. It's on a 143-inch wheelbase.
Wow.
So a long car.
Long, heavy car.
Heavy car. Weighs just under 4,300 pounds.
Okay.
So it's not a sports car. It's not nimble, but boy, is it smooth, and it just floats along. And you've got tons of torque. These cars are famous for their top torque. It's a 9 main bearing engine. So it's a straight 8. 9 main bearings, roller lifters, so it's all very smooth and just kind of purrs along. And I don't have a dime with me, but I have balanced a dime on the engine head before.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And it does very, very well.
Yeah.
So I got this car about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it in 2018. And I've been following it, and it was up for sale and never sold, and up for auction and never sold. And finally I said, you know, I should just set an offer and see if he'll take it. And to my shock, he did.
Wow.
And so I was thrilled to have it. It got dropped off in the front yard, and it was sold to me as a running car. And I said, oh, let's drive it to the garage. And I turned that ignition switch, and sparks and smoke blew everywhere. I'm like, this is not a ready driver.
Yeah, ran when parked.
Exactly. So what I've been doing over the last 2 years that I've had the car is slowly, step by step, restoring it. So we've done the gas, the electrical, we've put on new top, brand new interior. We've had the distributor redone, the carburetor redone. Pretty much everything has been gone through at this point, and it drives really well now.
Nice.
So I'm happy. The car has a fascinating history.
Oh, great.
I'm a Maryland resident, and this car was in Texas at the time. And I didn't really know much about the car's past, except that it was in decent shape. But as I started reading more about it, it's a Maryland car too. So after 90 years, it's back in Maryland, and I'm very thrilled to have it back. It's wonderful. But it was owned by Mary Henry, who was bought the car with her husband John Norman Henry in 1925 for them and their 5 children. And they needed the jump seats. It's got 2 jump seats, 7-passenger touring, and they had a pet police dog that they put on a cage on the running board.
Oh my goodness.
So they'd use it to drive from their home in Philadelphia down to their farm on the Chesapeake Bay in northern Maryland. And so they went back and forth, and then Mrs. Henry decided when the kids were kind of almost empty nesters, she needed a empty nester hobby. So she decided to get into botany. And they took this car, they hired a chauffeur, and the chauffeur, Ernest Perks, would drive her on more than 200 botanical expeditions all over North America.
Really?
Yes.
So this has got some miles on it.
It does. Well, the odometer says almost 70,000 miles. That might be the second time around. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
A lot of miles. But they are credited with discovering more than 50 new North American plant species.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's some fantastic history there.
Absolutely.
More than just the car, but just the history that goes along with the history of the car.
Yeah, and so having that story, I was able to contact the nephew of Mrs. Henry, or great nephew, and learn a little bit more about their time with the car. And so I'm only the second owner outside the Henry family. It's stayed in the family for most of its life. Wow. So this kind of makes it kind of special.
Sure, absolutely. So you've done a lot of work to this. I've been following it. Can we see the interior and
absolutely,
and tell me what you've done there and whatnot? Okay, awesome.
Take a look.
Okay.
So the interior was a hodgepodge of original leather and redone leather, and it wasn't in great shape. So what we did is we completely redid the whole interior. We have new door panels. All these flaps were missing before, and that's pockets for storage.
Nice.
That's all been redone. The top is also brand new. This is a correct material for the top for Packard in 25, and it has a very nice herringbone lining, which is just correct for 25.
Perfect.
All this wood graining has been redone. Originally it was, it came to be black, but it just makes the car pop with lovely new wood graining.
Oh, and it's, whoever did it did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and then these are
really, really good.
I couldn't bring myself to get rid of the original leather on these jump seats. So this is 100-year-old leather. And
that's fantastic.
it's holding up really well.
Sure. Look at that. There's a lot of room in this car.
Oh, you have so much leg room.
Oh my goodness.
And then up front, we did the complete restoration on the dashboard. All the gauges have been redone. The speedometer works. The dashboard has been re-wood grained.
Okay.
I restored the steering wheel myself. It's original American walnuts Packard steering wheel.
Nice.
And you might find it interesting. A lot of people think this is a shift pattern gauge, but it's actually the initials of the original owner, John Norman Henry.
Oh, wow.
So they put that on there when new, and it's stayed with the car ever since.
Yeah, looking at it, I would have thought, you know, I have 4 on the floor.
Exactly right.
You know,
and it is, but that's not what that means.
So, obviously, 4-speed synchro mesh or non-synchro mesh?
It's a 3-speed non-synchro mesh, so you do have to double clutch. And but yeah, take a look at the engine. It's
absolutely
it's
that we were going there next.
But yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
It has so much torque. You almost don't need first gear. But yeah, the Detroit lubricator carburetor does a fantastic job, and it's very, very simple to service and maintain. It came with a fuel pump, but I've switched it back to its original vacuum tank.
Okay.
The generator is correct for the car, although it needs a little bit of work. I've been having some struggles with it.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a big, big block.
big block. So you said that you did some mechanical work. Did you have to do anything to the engine itself?
The engine, I have not yet. I think I've got a valve job in my future, maybe some rings.
Okay.
But so far, it's been running really well. I've done all of the ancillary services around the engine itself, but haven't tackled that. But it's running so well, I might postpone that as long as I can.
I remember you doing some chassis work to it as well.
Yes. So this is Packard introduced the Beezer lubrication system on this second series car. It's the second series Packard 243. And this it was the first time that Beezer had ever been introduced on a car, and it was developed for this car, and it was in rough shape. So we had to replace a lot of broken Beezer fittings because the tips measure how much oil goes to each spot.
Right.
So you pull the handle and oil is sent to all 45 different points on the chassis
to
keep all your springs lubricated, everything that moves at all when you're bouncing down the road.
Right.
Keep it all protected with oil. And that system was in rough shape.
Okay.
So that's all been restored and put back, and everything's dripping oil like it should. It's a messy, messy system, but
sure. And so it kind of lubricates on its own, but how often do you have to add oil to it?
Well, I guess it depends on how often you drive it, but you have a reservoir on the firewall under the hood.
Okay.
I've only filled it maybe twice in the 2 years, but most of the 2 years it's been in the garage being worked on. But you can probably get it, I can't remember, I guess it depends on how much you pump, but you could probably get it maybe once or twice a month. Okay. So not if you're driving a lot.
Right.
So.
Now, is this a pressurized radiator, or is it non-pressurized?
It's not pressurized, yeah.
Okay.
It's
so like the Model A, non-pressurized.
Very similar to a Model A, just a lot bigger.
Yeah. It takes a few more gallons.
The funny thing is, it takes just about a gallon of oil.
Okay.
And the manual says if you're on a long road trip, throw in an extra gallon and you'll be fine. So,
oh, wow. You mean a gallon of oil?
Of oil, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And throw in an extra gallon, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay.
So I haven't done that, but that's their recommendation for long road trips. Where it's convenient.
All righty.
I can't quite remember the capacity of the radiator. I think it's 3 or 5 gallons, something like that.
I mean, it looks massive.
It's very, very thick, and it's a honeycomb radiator, which is very hard to repair or replace. But it looks so cool.
So speaking of repairs and replaces, how hard is it to find parts for a car like this?
It is a little challenging. If you have a Model A or Model T, you can go to a catalog and usually get what you need.
Sure. Overnight if needed.
Overnight, yeah. This is a little more difficult. You're not going to have that kind of ease, but the Packard Club has been fantastic, and the AACA has both been really helpful in connecting with people who have parts or knowledge of where to get parts. And, honestly, the Packard's quality is very, very high. So a lot of the parts of this car, you can rebuild, repair, and put back in action pretty easily.
Oh, nice.
I think the philosophy difference between a more harder to maintain car like this and a Model A is that you fix it. You don't replace it, you fix it. A Model A, put a new one on. It's fine.
Sure.
This, you go and have it rebuilt or redone, and it's a little bit more expensive, but the end result is the same. You have a good motoring vehicle.
So I'm looking at the hood ornament, and this is really kind of unique because you have a hood ornament and a little something behind that hood ornament. What is this?
Yeah, so this is the Goddess of Speed hood ornament that was a trademark of Packard. It's very, very classy and dramatic. And then, of course, behind it you have a motometer, and that is just a mercury thermometer that measures your engine temperature.
Got it.
And it's visible from the back, so when you're driving you can see it way out there on the front of your hood.
Right, right.
If you can squint, you can make out the little mercury red meter and how hot your engine is running.
Nice. And then these are massive headlights. Massive headlights.
Packard drum headlights. These are Bosch and Lohm lenses. Which are pretty fancy. You can tell they've slightly purpled with age. Originally they would have been clear, but chemical reaction in the glass makes them purple. Some turn orange, these turn purple, but they're very, very nice. And they do a good job of dispersing the light.
Right, so it looks like it's some type of a Fresnel lens anyway.
Yes.
It goes over it,
got
so.
these grooves,
yeah, absolutely. Man, this is just a gorgeous car.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy with it.
Awesome. Jason, thank you so much. I'm going to walk around the car just so that all the viewers can see the full, full aspect of it. But I thank you so much for allowing me to do this.
Absolutely, no problem. Enjoy.
So you can see what a beautiful job that Jason has done. I mean, this is just a drop-dead, gorgeous vehicle. We'll back up here a little bit so you can kind of see a side view. We'll come around the back end. 2 spares, obviously. And we'll duck under the ropes so that you can see the front end as well.
If you haven't picked up your copy of Rust Buckets, it's a great way that you can help support my channel and take a look at a fantastic collection of photographs from old cars and trucks that I've captured all over the US. Now, it's a pictorial book, and so a lot of pictures, not a lot of reading, and it is available on Amazon in both softbound, like you see here, and on Kindle. So I'll throw a link in the description, and it's a great way that you can help support me and my channel. So let's get back to the video.
There's our front end shot. Just a really beautiful car. He has done an incredible job really making this a restored, beautiful piece of history.
I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a wonderful day, and you all be blessed.